Well, who would have thought? Monica Seles has dodged a couple of small bullets this week, but nothing like this.
You know, back in 1987, Chris Evert was playing Pam Shriver in the semifinals of this very tournament in Toronto. Shriver had lost 18 consecutive matches, but she went on that day to beat Chris Evert for the first time. To finish that statement, perhaps there is a similarity here today. Arantxa Sanchez, who has lost 10 consecutive matches to Monica Seles, is in the driver's seat in the final set. A risky shot, but a winner.
But we always knew that this was Arantxa's big opportunity to have a crack at Monica, because Monica has shown a little tiny bit of vulnerability this week, in the last few weeks.
.15.
Oh, she's not going to have that called a fault.
Seles gets on the board in this third set. She is not done yet. That is for certain. Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario leading 3-1 with a service break in this final set.
Well, you can be absolutely sure that Monica is going to keep coming with all her great tennis, and it's up to Arantxa to have to find a way to win this match. She's not going to get it handed to her.
Now that looked to be a serve that perhaps hit the line.
And the serving of Arantxa continues to be deep and solid and just tempting for Monica to give it a crack. And she hasn't made any good ones really today off that.
And one of the few times in the match that Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario has been unable to retrieve the shot. She has been everywhere, playing at her very best.
That's a good shot.
And just when you think you've got Seles beaten, she does something like that.
That's right. I mean, a little while ago I said she looked tired, but I've seen her, as I said, you know, matches really look as if she's absolutely finished, but she still finds a way of coming back.
Whoa, what a call. An early call. That ball had barely touched down. Well, that's really actually a fairly bad break for Monica, because
it really seemed that it was Arantxa turning around, questioning the call that made Donna Ring overrule then. It was very close. A lot more unforced errors off Monica Seles' racket.
That may be the only truly bad shot that Arantxa has hit in this match.
So a break point for Monica Seles, and a chance to make this even more interesting in this third set.
Arantxa has really been in automatic drive throughout this whole match. She is timing the ball so well.
Perfection. You can't play a point much better than that.
She set the whole thing up. That was such a good shot there, and then managed to control the slice ball off Monica's racket, but gee, she hit that backhand cross-court well also. Two brilliant rallies from her.
Go back to deuce.
Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario has beaten every player in the current top 10 except the woman on the other side.
Well, Monica Seles has only lost to 4 players this year and only lost 4 matches the entire year.
Two balls now that were out just inches.
I would hate to be a line judge today because so many of those balls are so close to those lines.
Right.
Great point, Seles.
A surprise attack by Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, and it paid off.
And truly, absolutely unconscious play here by Arantxa. A magnificent volley.
What a big swing game this is. Either it's going to be 2-3 or 4-1 for Sanchez.
Just missing by a hair. And I still feel that this side, both players have missed a few shots because the wind is just holding the ball up, so their timing isn't quite as good, and drifting as well.
Monica Seles breaks back and is back in this third set, down 3-2 at the Matinee Limited International. The ball now in the hands of Monica Seles, trailing 3-2 against Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario in the third set. Magnificent.
And that marvelous retrieve by Arantxa Sanchez made the difference in this point.
ball that just won't go away.
No, how hard do you have to, well, do you have to play to win a point here?
That might have been the best tactic to use.
But you know, Virginia, you can see in some points that if Monica Seles could move in, like a lot of the accomplished volleyers could, Arantxa would not be able to retrieve as well as she does. Needs to cut off the ball.
Yeah.
But the points just start over again.
Well, a little bit of a break there for Monica. Do you know, the one thing I've thought that she could maybe do a little bit more in this match is hit behind Arantxa Sanchez. She's tended to go from corner to corner, and Arantxa can run all day back and forth. Mind you, she has been pretty good backtracking as well.
She took that high looper right on the rise, and her timing was perfect. Big game for both players.
Well, just as you thought that might be an interesting tactic to try, Arantxa comes up with something much better, returns it with interest. 30-all. Monica lost her serve from this end. Last time she was serving down here. She had the new balls that time, and they can be a little different.
Break point, Arantxa.
It's a good thing they don't have the gruntometer out for this match.
Well, there's squeals of anguish that are going on out here. Monica must have such a sore throat by the time she comes off from these matches. And it's the forehand that is producing the odd error still. Break point.
Back to deuce. Do they make too much of the grunting, Virginia?
Well, I think that people, you know, if they were going to do anything about it 2 years ago, would have been the time to do it. I thought it was a little rotten to do it at Wimbledon like that this year. It's an ace.
Second ace of the match for Monica Seles. Neither player has served a double fault. A remarkable stat in a match this close. Good time there by Sanchez-Vicario to put the heat on Seles. And that takes courage to move into the net against a player who can pass better than anyone else in the game.
Good mixture of serving from Monica.
Another game point, trying to pull even at 3 games apiece in this third and deciding set. Seles draws to square one. And now it is 3-3 in this third and deciding set of the Matinee Limited International.
And Seles, after being down love 3, comes back with 3 hard-fought games. Not a bad record, 30-9 for 3-set matches. Not quite as good, but she's played more matches.
Those grunts become screams after a while.
You know, this is an important game, the second game of this final set. In the second set, Seles was able to hold for 4-3 in the second set and went on to run out the set. Be interesting to see what the turn of events here in the final set.
She is on fire.
And yet another absolutely sensational point, and this one up in the air, and that's what I think, Don, you've been suggesting that Monica might do sometimes. Take the ball on the fly. Each point is really a match within a match here.
Can you believe that?
Touche.
She scraped up the ball with a one-handed forehand with it almost bounced for the second time.
And you know, a point like this might just be the point around which the entire match pivots. It's all level pegging all the way, and then somebody hoiks out some incredible shot.
For Virginia, that point was an absolutely case in point, as you said earlier. If Monica had hit behind Arantxa Sanchez instead of always going into the open court, she probably would have won that point.
But she did everything to win the point, and she didn't make it because Arantxa just retrieved so much. And Arantxa very wisely giving herself a little breather here.
And so she should. And Monica really had to hustle to get that drop shot. Almost looked as if she wasn't going to make it.
Break point, Monica Seles.
3-all. Final set.
Monica Seles down 3-love, comes back and now leads 4-3 at the Matinee Limited International.
That was a relatively easy game for Arantxa right there.
And there have been very few of those throughout this match.
Wow.
Just too much power.
She got that let cord, and my goodness, was she quick to see it and quick to take advantage of one of the few short balls she got. The level of concentration has been probably even more remarkable than the level of the tennis.
right on the line. I can't believe Seles didn't go down the line.
Well, Arantxa Sanchez has anticipated so well all afternoon, and really the place for Monica, the only place, was the cross-court shot.
A scream of anguish from Monica Seles.
And yet another situation, Don, where if she could only have taken this ball in there, she might have had a chance. But
Exactly.
it's such a good retrieving shot. The ball's up in the air, it's bouncing high. It's not easy to do a thing with that.
And Sanchez-Vicario a point away from leading 5-4 in the final set. She won the first set 6-4. Seles winning the second 6-3.
Everyone talks about Arantxa being the fighter, but pretty scrappy player on the other side too.
Oh, no question whatsoever about that. And that was one of the rare occasions she looked at a short second serve.
Sanchez kept her serve very deep.
Was out. Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, one win away from knocking off Monica Seles. Never before has Monica Seles faced this type of challenge from Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario. Down 5-4 in the final set.
This certainly has been the tough end for Monica Seles to hold serve.
She has faced this sort of challenge before in her career, Monica. She was down against Jennifer Capriati at the US Open last year, 5-4, and came back and won that. And she had her moments against Steffi Graf in Paris when she was in trouble.
Got a little over anxious.
Well, once again, I think the reason that she missed this shot was really because when she gets this look at this ball, she actually sees that after she's decided to go across court, she's already seen that Arantxa is waiting for it, and that made her just think twice about the ball. When she gets a little nervous, she tends to only want to go cross court with the forehand.
Great play by Sanchez-Vicario, and a very courageous play to hit a drop shot at this point in the match.
Just really fabulous play there, because although she got to it, she knew what she was going to do with that shot. 30-all.
No. Sanchez-Vicario will enjoy a match point.
10 times she has played Monica Seles. 10 times she has come away on the losing end. Break point, set point, match point. And she's done it. Time to rejoice for the Sanchez family and for Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario. Mission accomplished. Her mother and family watching. Monica Seles, the world's #1 player, toppled on a sunny Sunday afternoon in Jerry Tennis Stadium in Montreal. Match point. And ironically, after a day of making so many shots, this match ended with Seles missing one. The Sanchez's say hola. Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, the Matinee Limited International champion of 1992.